everyone, it's Jen. Welcome back. So I cannot believe, just like that, we are coming to the end of January. It's crazy. But today for you, I have all my plans, my piles of possibilities, my TBR for February. So let's just get started. So in February, I'm going to be putting out a vlog for you guys where I read 3 romance books that are by 3 authors that I have never read before. One of these will be on my Kindle and 2 of these I own physically. So the 2 I own physically are right here. You can't see them. And then the 3rd one will be on my Kindle. So my Kindle read this month, you'll have to wait and see, but it is a romance. I'll give you a hint. Okay, so for Go With The Flow in January, we had a book with my favorite color, which I read The Room on Rue Amelie by Kristen Harmel, however you pronounce it. And so for February's prompt, we are supposed to pick out a book whose author's last name starts with an H, same letter. So for that, I'm going to go with The Survivors by Jane Harper. This is a mystery thriller. I thought it would be good to break up some of the romance, so that's why I picked this one. This was a book of the month from January of 2021, so it's a few years old. I have read Jane Harper before and really enjoyed her writing. A lot of her books she writes take place in Australia, which is really cool. Not sure if this one does or not. Let me tell you a little bit about what this book is about. It says Kieran Elliott's life changed forever on the day a reckless mistake led to devastating consequences. The guilt that still haunts him resurfaces during a visit with his young family to the small coastal community he once called home. Kieran's parents are struggling in a town where fortunes are forged by the sea. Between them all is his absent brother, Finn. When a body is discovered on the beach, long-held secrets threaten to emerge. A sunken wreck, a missing girl, and questions that have never washed away. Stunning and atmospheric, Jane Harper's The Survivors is another triumph by this author. So, yeah, we got secrets, we got a dead body, we have family ties, we have family drama, and the atmospheric part, yeah, her books are pretty atmospheric. She does a good job with that with her writing. So this will be for my Go With The Flow this month. For buzzword, we have, it was water words was the buzzword challenge. So this is also going to help me out because this is one of the books I picked out of from a prompt for my winter TBR jar, and I'm very excited to get to this one, and that is Tress of the Emerald Sea. So we have obviously sea as a water word by Brandon Sanderson. Again, I have never read Brandon Sanderson. Like epic fantasy is not something I read a lot of, but I'm trying to dip my toe into some fantasy. And so I heard that this is a really good place to start with Brandon Sanderson. It's a standalone. I've heard rave reviews from all over the internet to people I know, so I'm very excited to pick this up. I think I've shown this before on the channel, but I'm going to show it to you guys again because this book is beautiful. So we have the gold on the cover, or on the spine. We have pretty end pages, and I think this is so pretty. So this one is about Tress. So she lives on an island, and she has the simple pleasures of collecting cups that sailors bring from faraway lands and listening to stories told by her friend Charlie. But when Charlie's father takes him on a voyage to find a bride and disaster strikes, Tress must stow away on a ship and seek the sorceress of the deadly midnight sea. Amid the spore oceans where pirates abound, can Tress leave her simple life behind and make her own place sailing a sea where a single drop of water can mean instant death. So it's going to be magical, whimsical. We're going to have obviously that fantasy component to it, and I just heard this is just a great story, and I can't wait to check it out. It's not too long either. I know Brandon Sanderson books tend to be really long, so this is a really good starting point for me for him, so I'm excited. Okay, let's see. Next that I'm going to read, this is Sarah's Nightstand, Lindsay at Lindsay's Little Library. They're doing like a Facebook group buddy read for February, and that is reading The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. I picked up a while ago this awesome, beautiful copy. Look at these sprayed edges, you guys. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I love the sprayed edges, but I also kind of frustrates me because then I have to have a certain copy of a book, and it's a problem. Also, the inside of this book has beautiful end pages. gorgeous illustration. The back is the same. But yeah, this one is, this one has been described to me as Hunger Games meets Percy Jackson. So that's all I have to know. I love both of those books, those series. But basically these gods come down and they get to pick a human to like fight in this epic battle game or something like that. And that's all I need to know to be excited to read this. Yeah, so I will be participating in that. I think there's a pretty like laid out schedule of like check-in points as far as read this page, to this page by this date, but I'm not sure. I'm still waiting for more details, just like the rest of you, but this sounds really good. So are you guys participating? I hope you guys pick this up. And then again for buzzword for on the cover challenge, for February, it is the word skyline. So I got this from my library. This is Sparks Like Stars. Obviously there's a skyline right there. Sorry if the glare is bad. This is by Nadia Hashimi. I picked this up on Sarah, over at Sarah's Nightstand, based upon her review. And this is something different from what I normally read. I feel like I don't read a lot of books set in Afghanistan. But we have a girl whose family in the 70s was, late 70s, I think, her whole family was slaughtered. And so I think an American diplomat adopts her and brings her to the United States. She becomes a very successful, very well-known surgeon. And then I think one night someone from her past comes into the hospital, something like that. But had really high reviews from Sarah. I trust everything that she recommends. We read a lot alike. So there's that one. So those are my for sure happenings, which is already with the Kindle book, 7 books with the Kindle book. And remember, February is only 28 days. I'm really going to have to focus and put reading as a priority this month to be able to get everything read that I want. And then I'm going to show you the backup pile that I have out for my library. And all of these I'm anxious to read. I'm hoping I can get to them. Most likely it won't happen in February, but I just wanted to share with you guys here some other options. If I'm still in a romance love story mood, The Last Love Note by Emma Gray is something out from the library. Kiste over at Books and Jams just recently read this and really liked it. It's got the printed hardcover, which I think is cool. This one is about a woman, Kate, who loses her husband, and so she ends up, so she's parenting a 5-year-old, her 5-year-old without her husband's support. She gets stuck and stranded in a beach town in Australia over a business trip. She's trying to still process her grief of losing her husband. And then I think she meets someone there, and it's, can she love again? Can we overcome the grief? It says, The Last Love Note will make readers laugh, cry, and renew their faith in the resilience of the human heart, recognizing that while you may never stop loving the one you lost, you can always find love again. So that's a possibility. I've heard this one is really, really dark and twisted, which I am all about. Wish I would have had this one for pattern for January's book, but this is Rabbit Hole by Kate Brody. I think this is a debut. I heard about this over at Chapters and Converse, which is Audrey's channel. And I actually started reading the beginning of this book and made myself put it down because I got so invested and hooked in the beginning, but I couldn't pick it up right then because I was trying to finish up other books. I had like 3 or 4 going on at the time. So for sure, I will keep rechecking this out as long as the library will let me until I get it read. This one is about a girl her older sister goes missing. Her father, as he ends up killing himself, I believe, he was investigating, trying to find out where her sister is, and I heard it just takes you down a really dark rabbit hole, and it's supposed to be really, really good. The next one that's a possibility, I heard this one will make me laugh, and it might be a little more on the lighthearted side. I'm not sure if I think it's like a more like warm and cozy mystery, but also funny. Maybe like, similar to Finley Donovan series, which I really like. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I heard. But that is every time I go on vacation, someone dies. It has this little illustration here, but I heard this one will make you definitely laugh. And so we're following Eleanor, who wants to get through her book tour in Italy and kill off her main character, Connor Smith, in the next novel of her vacation mystery series. And it says, clearly it is because when an attempt is made to kill the real Connor, the handsome but infuriating con man she got mixed up with 10 years ago and cannot get out of her life, Eleanor's enlisted to help solve the case. Yeah. So I guess maybe an ex-fan who's like also a stalker ends up showing up. I think there's some friends that she's with. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of fun. I've heard it is good. And so that one's a possibility. 2 more from the library. I kind of went crazy. But remember, the more you check out from the library, the more it helps your library. They don't care if you read them or not. This was one of Books and Lala's favorites of 2024. It's very short. It's a ghost story, The Haunting of Velkwood by Gwedolyn Kiste. Probably Kiste. I really don't know much more about it than that. It says a suburban ghost story about a small town that trapped 3 young women who must confront the past if they're going to have a future. I think it has some kind of, So homes are disappearing behind a near impenetrable veil that only 3 survivors could enter, and now only one has in the past 20 years. So like, I think it has, obviously ghosts are supernatural, but I think it has another supernatural component to it. But I'm all for a quick, scary, spooky ghost story. I probably didn't sell it too well with how I explained it, but yeah, Books and Lala loved it, and it seems a little bit weird, and it seems like it'll be spooky. So there's that one. And then last but not least, another rom-com. Again, I think we'll see what I get to in February, but this is Christina Lauren, The Paradise Problem. I've read Christina Lauren, haven't picked up one of their titles for a while, but recently I've heard a lot about this, and just with everyone's end of the year, that kind of thing. So when I saw it at the library, I picked it up. I have read Christina Lauren before, obviously, so it couldn't be part of my blog series. But it says, let's see, we're following Anne Green, who thought she was marrying Liam Weston for access to subsidized family housing while at UCLA. She also thought she'd signed divorce papers when the graduation caps were tossed, and they both went on their merry ways. 3 years later, Anna is a starving artist living paycheck to paycheck, while Liam is a Stanford professor. He may be one of 4 heirs to the Weston Foods conglomerate, but he has little interest in working for the heartless corporation his family built from the ground up. He is interested, however, in his $100 million inheritance. There's just one catch. Due to the clause in his grandfather's will, Liam can't claim the money until he's happily married for 5 years. So just when Liam thinks he's on the home stretch, pressure mounts from his family to see this mysterious spouse, and he has no choice but to turn to the one person he's afraid to introduce to the 1%er parents he has, his unpolished, not so ex-wife. So, yeah, I don't know. I think they have to kind of play it off that they're still together to his family, and I'm sure a lot of funny things ensue, and that's something else that could be a possibility. All right, so there you have it. That's everything I'm planning on for February. Again, I'm not going to get to all of these, you guys, but just please know that, yeah, that reading vlog will be coming out closest to Valentine's Day as I can. I'm going to start with my 3 romance books in the beginning of the month and try to get that out to you guys as soon as possible. But it will be happening in February, and I hope you guys are reading something amazing. Do you tend to pick up more romance in February compared to other months, or does it not really change your reading? And yeah, that's all I have. So happy reading, you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.